All right, so let me know down below in the comments section who did it better. Let me know. Curious to hear your thoughts.
I'm going to send you to the same place I sent the 7th Hokage, Boruto.
What's up, y'all? We back at it with another Boruto Two Blue Vortex, chapter 23. Hey, yo, I'm just ready for the next chapter. Like, this shit is crazy how amazing Boruto has been since the time skip. And I'm getting mad that we got to do the month to month to get a chapter, man. Hey, switch to bi-weekly. At least give me that. But, yo, these chapters been straight fire. And, yo, I got to see the next chapter. I got to see what happens in the next chapter. But before we even get into this, man, what's up with the cover pages lately, man? Like, the last couple of cover pages, like, the colors and everything been amazing, but the poses, man, what's going on? Like, we got Jura on this cover, right? And, yo, I know some people going to say maybe I'm hating, and maybe I am, I don't know. But the pose Jura has on this color page, I am not scared of this guy. Like, yo, if I would have seen this pose and then he popped up in front of me, I'm like, I'm about to whip this dude ass. It is what it is. He would have had to show me something. He would have had to show me something. Because, oh my God, yo, I can't be the only one who think this.
Take the bitch.
You can look really close.
Like, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I am power. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. It's just a weird pose to me if you ask me. And not to be hating, it's just a weird pose. But let me know how y'all feel about this color page. Like, with the colors in the background, I'm like, yo, this could have been something great. And then he just do the hand on the hip and it's just, I'm sassy. Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy to me, man. Some people probably gonna say I'm hating. But the crazy thing is, the title of this chapter is The Strong. And boy, hey, you already know for those who have read the chapter, but we about to get right into it. The chapter starts off with my boy Mitsuki getting it done, taking out all the clawgrams in the area, solo, many of them. He ain't get bit. Now, when you think about some of the people who got bit, like Shinki, he got bit. Granted, some might say he only got bit because he was saving his father. But, yo, some strong characters out there got bitten. Sasuke got bit. You know what I'm saying? But we got my boy Mitsuki here who didn't get bit. So props to him. Now, I seen online people saying like, yo, this dude went sage mode in order to take down these clawgrams. You know what I'm saying? And like I said in the spoiler video, I believe he only did that so he can take them out quickly. It wasn't necessarily because they were too strong for him. It's more so he was trying to, free up some time in case he had other stuff to do. But I really like in this panel when you look at him in the sage mode, if you pay attention, look closely to the left, you can see one of the snakes there. And I don't know, man. I just want him to use more of Orochimaru ability. I want him to do stuff that we seen Orochimaru do. Just like we see Boruto do stuff that Sasuke did and that Naruto did. Like, yo, to pay homage to him where it's like, yo, damn, it feels just like the old days. I want Mitsuki to do the same thing where we're like, damn, it's like we got Orochimaru here. So like seeing him with the snake out, it was nice, but I still want him to do some more techniques that we seen Orochimaru do in the original Naruto series. That's just me. But anyway, you got it where, your boy Konohamaru, he runs up, he asks, is Mitsuki okay? Mitsuki explains everything that's going on, how, Araya took, the bud and he's going after Shinki. I'm guessing they're going to try to free Shinki, and he took Yadu as well. You have it where, Konohamaru says it's a shame of what happened to Yadu, but that's the sacrifice that's needed to be made in order to take down these Shinjus. Now, part of me is like, yeah, you saying that because you were alive, Konohamaru, but at the same time, I do understand where he's coming from. This is a big threat that needs to be eliminated from the ninja world. But anyway, you got it where they're saying they need to go to a location that Boruto set out for them to actually be. And that actually goes into play with what happens later on into the chapter. But you got it where Mitsuki is already saying like, yo, we need to go help Boruto against Jura. You know what I'm saying? He needs our help. He needs backup. And you have it where, Konohamaru shows, that he kind of far away from Kakashi, because I think Kakashi would have went there to help Boruto, because
Those who would abandon even one of their friends are worse than scum.
he says that those who abandon their comrades are worse than scum. But your boy Konohamaru is like, nah, bro. Look, man, Jura's only over there because Boruto's over there. Look, we got to go to the destination. We got to complete our task. Securing the buds is top priority. So some may look at it as, maybe because he doesn't really, his memories is altered, so maybe he's not looking at Boruto as really an ally. And some might look at it like, nah, man, that boy is just straight up scum, like Kakashi said. But anyway, he convinces Mitsuki not to go in that direction to help Boruto, and they go to where Boruto told them to actually wait. Which, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got mixed feelings on it. Part of me understands it, and then part of me is like, yo, that's kind of messed up. Granted, they probably would only be in the way if they was to show up, but it would be something amazing to see if you ask me. But then you got it where it jumps to Jura. I said Bora, but it jumps to Jura in front of Boruto, and Boruto, you know, you see that he's wounded. It didn't hit any. It wasn't a fatal wound, but the wound itself is very deep, which is going to make it harder for him to fight. It's going to show that he's going to be fighting in pain and agony. Which, shout out to Boruto, man, because all the stuff he's about to do in this chapter, and this man is injured, and he's not even going full strength. He's not even using his curse mark. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said curse mark. His karma mark. Like, yo, it shows how powerful Boruto truly is. But you have it where Jura doesn't hesitate. The boy starts shooting beast bombs right off the bat, man. Of course, Boruto is dodging them. And you have it where Jura himself is starting to notice his own weakness. He's noticing the flaws in his attacks. He's like, yo, that's one of the biggest drawbacks of the beast bomb. It's not gonna work against someone like Boruto. So he's like, yo, I'm gonna just have to use my fist. And I don't know why. Jura in this chapter, like this whole chapter felt like a Dragon Ball, like an old school Dragon Ball Z battle. But Jura in this chapter, he reminds me of Cell, like just because everything that Jura is really doing, like far as facing off against a real challenge, kind of reminds me of Cell. Remember when Cell, not the beginning Cell, but what was it? Cell's second form. And he got not second form, when he got his final form for the very first time. And you have it where he's just like so fascinated at his body and what he's capable of doing. He's not even like he's not even paying Krillin and Trunks any you know what I'm saying, he's not even giving them any attention as they're attacking him. He's just so fascinated of what he's capable of doing. And that's what I feel like Jura is like in this chapter, where he could have probably been finished off Boruto, but he's so fascinated about his body and how he can actually handle himself in combat that he wants to see what else he's capable of doing. That's just the vibes I get for Jura in this chapter, and it could just be me, you know what I'm saying, I could be missing it. But you got it where Jura takes off flying straight towards Boruto, and like Boruto dodges the tail beast blasters that, BG blasters, Biju blasters that your boy Jura is shooting at him. He dodges them. Then you have it where Boruto throws a kunai. The kunai flies past your boy Jura, and this reminded me of the fourth, This reminded me of the fourth when he faces off against Obito, because once that kunai, goes past Jura, next thing you know, Boruto teleports behind him with the blade, and he goes to slash your boy Jura, but he ends up dropping his blade. Now, looking at this, you would be like, yo, you idiot, why the heck did you drop your blade? But he does this, and he makes it seem as if it happened because of the injury that he sustained earlier from Jura. So he drops his blade, and Jura, being cocky and arrogant, he doesn't notice this. He doesn't have much battle sense because he hasn't been in battle a lot. He's newly born. And so Jura tries to take advantage of the situation. He goes to stab, Boruto with his finger. That's crazy. But next thing you know, Boruto uses that distraction to teleport to his katana, which is behind Jura, and the next thing you know, he uses it to slash off the leg of Jura. That panel looks so damn cold, and it just got me like, yo, Boruto is him, man. Boruto is him. He cooking in this chapter, man. He cooking, yo. But anyway, he slashes off the leg. You got it with Jura's like, yo, impressive. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Someone's leg gets slashed off and they don't scream in agony and pain. Instead, they look at me and they say, impressive, I'm leaving. I don't care what the mission is. I'm gone. Like, the motherfucker just said impressive. He lost the leg. But next thing you know, you got it where they start fighting like I said, like a Dragon Ball Z battle. They start doing hand-to-hand combat, taijutsu, and that's something we don't get too often in Boruto. So when we do get it, it's such a pleasant treat. But you got it where, you know, Jura's throwing the hands, Boruto's throwing the blades. Like, this panel looks so amazing. I need the anime back. You got it where they're going in on one another. Boruto is kind of holding his own, but at the same time, Jura is still getting some hits in on him. Then you have it where Jura actually grabs his hand. When that happens, Boruto realizes, he says, I'm outmatched when it comes to strength. And so next thing you know, you see it where Boruto does his purple lightning ability, jutsu. We've seen it in the leak page. Now, what I want to point out is, remember in the regular Naruto series, how they said those who were able to do, you know, hand signs or do jutsus with just one hand are very rare and very impressive and very skilled. Now, we've seen Sasuke do it. We've seen a couple other shinobis as well. But in this chapter, if you pay attention, a lot of the jutsus that Boruto does, he does it with one hand. When he does the fourth ability, he does it with one hand. When he does this purple lightning ability, he does it with one hand. So it shows how skilled and how experienced Boruto is, where he's able to do jutsus with just one hand. When he does the purple lightning attack, it happens to stun Jura long enough for Boruto to somewhat get away, but Boruto is still in pain from his wound, and you have it with Jura. He's able to notice it. He picks up on it quickly. He says, you're getting quite sluggish, you know what I'm saying, like Boruto. And I like how some people may overlook this, but everyone calls Boruto, well, the Senjus call Boruto the Asusuki, as opposed to calling him Uzumaki. So I like how they do that, so that way they still say a full name, but at the same time, it's not like they calling them Uzumaki, which may have someone such as Konohamaru hear it and be like, well, why would they call him Uzumaki? You know, granted, with everything that's going on with the omnipotence, ability that's in play from Ada. But anyway, you got it where Jura says it might be faster just to clobber you to death instead than using the Biju bombs. And next thing you know, it jumps back to Konohamaru and Mitsuki, and they're in the location that Boruto told them to wait, and they're trying to figure out why did Boruto tell them to wait there. You have it where Mitsuki himself is looking around to see if your boy Boruto placed any of those little medallions down that he could teleport to. But then it jumps back to the battle, and you have it where your boy Jura knees Boruto straight in the chin. Honestly, I'm surprised your boy ain't passed out. Yo, he knees him straight in the chin. Next thing you know, he punches him straight in the gut, sends him flying to the ground, followed up by a beast bomb. Like, yo, come on, man. Your boy Jura's not playing. Next thing you know, Boruto, he does manage to dodge the bomb. So that's very impressive. But next thing you know, after he dodged it, it's almost as if Jura, he's learning from Boruto, from the stuff he's seen Boruto do, because that was only a distraction to make Boruto jump in the direction that he needed him to jump so that he could hit him with another blow. And he ends up punching, or trying to punch Boruto. But Boruto was ready. He pulled out the blade, and you have it where the blade and the finger clash. But it looks like as if the blade has got chipped from that attack, and because of that, it distracted Boruto, because that blade is Sasuke's, and it means a lot to him. But Jura takes advantage of the situation, kicks Boruto to the ground, and it looks as if your boy is knocked out. He's done. He's down for the count. Of course, you got Ada looking at it, and she's like, yo, at this rate, Boruto would be killed. And you have it where Koji, man, he just had his hand on his head like, yo, this can't be life. There's got to be more. And look like, yo, your boy Koji, he going through it right now, to the point where he's like, yo, Ada, please be quiet for a bit. I'm getting an update. Now, we know he's referring to his new ability where he's able to, see different paths. I'm not going to lie, the way his eye rolled up, for that ability to act, I would have thought this man was crazy. But anyway, he starts seeing a whole bunch of different paths. I like how within these paths, if you look closely, you can see different characters. Like you see Hima. I'm curious what that path was and what was going to happen. Was Hima supposed to show up at this area where she was going to be a part of this battle as well? I can't tell who that is at the top, the very top. That might be, and that could be, I want to say Ina's son. I'm not sure who that is at the very top. You guys let me know down below. It's hard to make out. And then in one of the paths, you see Jura holding his eye. And you have it where your boy Koji is like, no way, because this is something he hasn't seen before. And of course, Ada's asking him, what's going on? Where are you getting? What information are you getting? Of course, Daemon, he's sitting there as well. Still want this kid to get involved. Please, Daemon, do something. Please do something. But anyway, it jumps back to present day or present time. And you have it where Jura standing there in front of Boruto. And he says like, oh, you're still breathing. You're quite tough. You're tougher than I expected. Well, very well. Even though he's unconscious, he's still holding on to his master blade. And when that happened, it made me think of Bleach. I don't know how many of y'all remember the battle between, Ichigo and Ukiura. Hopefully I'm saying this name correctly. But remember when he was fighting Ichigo, no matter how much he beat up Ichigo, he still held on to his sword. And that was like making him like, yo, damn, this dude ain't let go of his sword yet. After all this, he's still holding on to his sword. The boy's unconscious, yet he still holds on to his sword. So when they did this scene right here in this chapter for Boruto, that's what it made me think of, man. But anyway, you got it where Jura jumps in the air. He says, out of respect, you know what I'm saying, I will wipe you out cleanly with a single blow. And you see him charging up and shoot another, Biju bomb. Next thing you know, he gets stabbed in the eye by yo boy. Yo, this was unexpected, man. Now, I don't know which one I like more. Do I like this outcome or the outcome I was hoping for with Momoshiki? I'm not sure which one is better. You guys let me know down below. But anyway, you got it where your boy Kawaki shows up. He stabs your boy Jura in the back of the head through the eye, and then he stands on top of him. This shit looks so damn cold. This shit is so damn cold. He stands on top of him. Now, granted, Jura isn't really hurt because he looks behind him like, yo, who's there? Like, that's kind of scary. That's scary in itself. And then you have it where Kawaki says, this ain't enough to kill you. You really are a monster. Now, like I said, let me know down below who did it better, Kawaki with this or Boruto with the step on the face. I gotta know who y'all think did it better. But anyway, you got it where even Ada, you know what I'm saying, she's looking like, yo, Kawaki, what the heck is he doing? What's going on, Koji? And then you have it where, Koji is looking at all these different paths, and in this panel, one of the paths you see, look like you see Jura, you also see Hidori, you see Sarada, and you see the Shinju of Bug as well. So you have it where Koji says like, yo, I looked at it 6 days ago and none of these visions was what I seen. He was like, Kawaki's involvement, it was never seen possible before. And then you have it where, Koji says like, yo, Boruto must have relayed something to him, during the past few days without your boy Koji being aware of it. So I'm curious, when did he do that? Did he do it while Koji was asleep? How did he get away from Koji without Koji realizing what was going on? I'm very curious about that. But anyway, you got it where it jumps to Mitsuki and Konohamaru as they're waiting. Next thing you know, Delta shows up, and I'm assuming that she's going to either fly them back home or take the bud and escape. Well, I imagine taking the bud would probably be the smarter thing instead of than trying to carry several different people. But you got it where she's there, and next thing you know, it jumps back to Kawaki as he's stabbing your boy Jura in the back of the head, which is just insane. But Jura goes to slash him. Of course, Kawaki shrinks himself, pops up behind him, throw like a couple blades at him, well, a couple rods at him, and the rods stab him all up, and it's just like, yo, damn. Okay, finally we're seeing the good guys use the rods, man. Hey, cause every time we seen a rod be used, it was by a villain. I mean, I know Naruto had used them once, but that was short-lived. But like, this shit looked dope as hell. You got it where your boy Jura tries to shoot a tail beast bomb at Kawaki. Kawaki shrinks again, so the blasts go off in the distance. Then he pops up next to Boruto. He says, "Hey, yo, dumb bro, wake up already." Of course, Boruto, he gets up. He says, "You're the one who's late." So it seems as if everything that's going on was a part of Boruto's plan, but Kawaki himself just made it there late, which I wonder what made him late. If maybe it might be something that plays a part into the story later on, where it's like, yo, we stopped to do this before we got here, and then that might play in a big part of Jura being defeated. I wonder if that's the case. But anyway, you got it where Jura looks at Kawaki and he says, "How can it be?" He senses a greater power in him than before. And then you got it where it jumps back to Kawaki and he says like, yo, you better hold it together, Boruto, because if you run amok, I'll kill you on the spot. And that's because Kawaki starts activating his his karma marks. And when that happened last time, Boruto got scared and he fled. But of course, this time Boruto says like, yo, just ignore me and do it. And Kawaki says, "All right, let's go, you bastard." And the chapter ends with him about to face off against Jura. This shit was goated as hell. Great ass chapter, start to finish. I'm amped as hell to see what happens next. Now, with this happening, and Boruto telling him to go ahead and do it, ignore me, fight your boy Jura. I'm curious if this is what causes Momoshiki to make an appearance, because he's close enough to Kawaki for his karma seal to like react to it. So I'm very curious if that's going to be the case. All in all, man, everybody was golden in this chapter. Everybody did the damn thing in this chapter. If I had to say someone who didn't do anything, maybe Delta. She just floated in the air. There you guys are. If someone's got to take the L, it's going to be her for this chapter. But all in all, loved it start to finish. Let me know y'all thoughts down below, man. Hey, yo, I'm ready for the next chapter already. I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace.